Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to another exciting episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I'm ExoParadigmGamer. In the last episode, we grabbed the Dark Burst in the Aegon Waste and grabbed some, just some side stuff while we were there, while we could. Ooh, something spooky is going on. In the middle of Spooktober, no less. What could it be? You guys probably all know what it is, but I like to feign ignorance. So yes, it seems that Dark Samus has not been defeated quite yet. It kind of makes me wonder some things about what happens at the end of the first game, because she seems like she's invincible, but let's take care of these fucking blogs first. I hate these things. Just die already. Ugh, fuck. I mean, to get him to open its mouth and charge at you, you have to hit it with a charge shot or a missile. I mean, like, it's not so bad if it's just like the Light World versions, but the Darkling versions are annoying. Okay, we can choose to go in the red or blue version, but I'll just go with the red one because that's first. Let's see. Your morph ball goes so slow underwater. I'm getting like PTSD from fucking Sonic Genesis and Labyrinth Zone in that stupid game. Like, that is seriously the most tedious fucking level I've ever played in a fucking video game. Like, what made them think that it was a good idea to design it that way? I think there's an energy tank in here. I could figure out how to fucking activate the jets. Maybe I need a certain upgrade first. I can't remember. Yeah, looks like this is one-way ticket. We'll check it out later. I'll make sure, because I would like to get more energy tanks sooner rather than later. Okay, so now I think there are Grunchlers down there. No, that's a blog. I think there are Grunchlers in here later. Huh. Okay. Once again, I do like how the water looks murky through your visor. It's just like... it's not just draw distance either. It's just, nice looking effect. Very immersive, so to speak. One thing I've always hated about the first two GameCube games, though, is that, like, when there's a flash on the screen, like, you'll see, like, Samus's face for a moment. And it looks really bad. Oh yeah. Here's another key bearer right here. This is Jay Shich. What craven savages are the Ing? Trapped in the catacombs with no chance of rescue, I fought them to the last. I watched them feed upon their dead. I heard them pressing the lesser of their number into the front ranks that my blast would take them. At least their leader stood against me in battle. He was a foe worthy of a Luminoth warrior. Yeah, the Ing are really creepy. It's just like I've never understood if, can I scan that from here? I can. We were not prepared to fight a long war. The forces of the enemy outnumbered ours vastly. We sought a way to end the war quickly, without extended combat. We decided to build a device to recover our lost planetary energy from dark ether. Without this energy, the dark world would cease to be, and our world would be restored to stability. So there we have the origins of the energy transfer module. I like how, that lore just sort of backs up kind of what you already know and sort of supplements it. I think we use that later. I feel like I should be able to get that. Yeah. Okay, I see. Listen, you. Oh, I guess the dark beam kind of works. Yeah, we can't get there yet. Okay. My apologies, folks. My memory's a little... I mean, like, my practice playthrough wasn't that long ago. Why don't I remember this? like I have like just sort of like an instinct like, okay, you gotta do it in this order, and then it's just like, oh, why? And then like when I actually then I like find out why, I'm just babbling. Okay, the stupid mollusk things. And then there should be, once we reach the other side of this door, the first of the 2 switches, and then we can press onwards. Once again, I would like to remind the folks at home that if you run out of dark beam ammo, or light beam ammo for that matter, I like how lifting that thing up killed the fucking blog. Little fuckers deserve it. This should be extinct. These are actually not blog, these are bloglings. They really should be called bloglets, but whatever. Dog with a blogling. Young blog are weaker than their parents, but still violent. Their powerful jaws have yet to form, and they lack the defense abilities found in an adult blog. They must rely on speed and agility for protection if attacked without the protection of their elders. So yeah. So I'm going to make a strong recommendation that before you open the second switch, save the game. Especially if you're playing this for the first time, because have I fallen into some traps with this part? Okay. I'm probably not going to run into trouble in this playthrough, but I don't want to risk it. I have died in this part before, and it was annoying. Especially if you're playing hyper mode. I highly recommend going up to this little area right here and saving the game. And I think I'm actually going to split the session here so that I can do so. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, and we're back. So yes, I mean like, oh, yeah, I guess these are the light versions. These are Preeds. Cybernetic Preeds are aggressive hunters used as patrol animals by the space pirates. Huh. They carry lethal noadine gas for use as a defense mechanism. If a Preed is ruptured, the gas within it is violently released. This toxic cloud often proves fatal to the Preed's killer. But not to us, because we have a fucking suit that filters out the deadly gas. It'll still hurt you, but not enough to really be a threat. So since we've gone off into one direction, we're going to go back into this center hallway. And I think I'm going to fight the boss. I'll make sure that the boss is included as part of this episode. So no, this area is not very long at all. These things are sort of like the scarabs from the first game. Just scan them. These are the seed burster. Seed bursters are moving plants. Well, plants by definition do not move, so someone fucked up at Retro Headquarters. Ooh. I mean, they're so cute. I want a plushie of one of these things. Seed bursters are moving plants capable of traveling great distances in search of fertile soil to deposit their seeds in. When provoked by predators, the seed burster will explode, turning the precious seed inside into a deadly projectile. These seeds often do not live to fruition, but help protect the rest of the seed burster pack from attacks. They're basically scarabs. If you know what scarabs are, then you know what these things are. They're farming material. They're farming soil. It's ironic that they're looking for fertile soil when they, in many sense, help us to farm. Hello there. Oh. Getting a little too close to comfort for comfort. Okay. You know, something that's weird about this TV is that the blurring effect on the visor doesn't show up properly in my TV. Are you kidding me? I didn't go in the hole? Yeah. Fuck you. Okay, and then this side is all light doors, so we'll just keep that out for the time being. And here we have. Yeah, so this the design of the submerged temple is very much symmetrical is the word. I think I confuse that energy tank with the Dark World version of this little area. So I wasn't insane, and we just got to find it later. I never knew you could use the boost ball to break rocks that you could break with your whatever. Are these enemies? No, they're not. They're not organic, is the word. Yeah, come here once. Okay, so I guess that's the strategy you just want to use on these guys. So these gamer-looking things, these zoomer-looking things, guess we need dark beam. You shoot the little crystals on the other side, and then that'll flip them over, and then you can access then you can use them as platforms. Oh look, lore. Sweet. In time, the Ing began to possess Luminoth as well as creatures. Friends and family members became the enemies, spilling Luminoth blood across the land. Damn. Desperate, we devised shielding to prevent Ing possession. It was effective, but not perfect. Should the shielding fail, all Luminoth were prepared to self-terminate rather than become a weapon for the Ing. Kind of interesting to see like how they think of themselves as an ethnicity, as a race, as a species, and how like they, I don't know, there's kind of almost a Luminoth nationalism story on the other side of all of this, about how they're trying to reclaim this territory that they've been living on for so long. I don't know, but I'm reading too deeply into it. I think we can move the laser by hitting this thing right here. That kind of makes you wonder what happened, because you can see on the wall that, okay, that doesn't turn the laser, that opens the gate, which has the spinner in the Dark World that turns the laser. Okay. I was sort of right. Okay. Yeah, it's just like they couldn't make a dark suit version of that transition. Whatever. I think there are dark pirates in this room. Yes, there are. I hate these things, as you may remember. Oh, hello there. Like I did say earlier, there is an upgrade you get before that allows you to sort of track them, and then they become a hell of a lot less annoying really fast. But in the meanwhile, we've got to fight them the old-fashioned way. It's just like, okay, I guess I'm getting possessed again. It hurts you, and it seems to accelerate the atmosphere's effects on you. Are they gone? I guess they are. No, they're. Once again, I have the volume turned down, so I can never tell if they're still here or not. Whatever, I'm gonna just activate one of these things. It's helpful to actually be able to hear them, because then you know if they're still attacking or whatnot. The radar is your best friend, because they will show up as little dots, and then you can figure out where you're supposed to shoot. Well, I guess they're gone. Not like we've got much to do in this room anyway. You just turn the lasers, like I said. And booyah. Now that we've done that, we can head back to the light world version of this room and head back upstairs. Stairs. Whew. Okay. I think we gotta flip the platforms over again because, you know, God forbid, they just stay that way. But, you know, farther along, and eventually we'll be able to, like, drain the water in this room, and then we won't have to bother with those things anymore. So, it's only for now is essentially what I'm saying. Now that we've completed this puzzle, we can access the door and head back to the room and release the last lock, so that we can fight the boss and get the item. I think we're just gonna all do that in one longer than average part, because like I don't know. I don't have too much more time left to be, but I'm kind of running out of. I need to kind of wrap up this session, and I might as well do that with the boss. You know what I mean? So there we go. There goes the last look. Now we can access the bottom area of this room and get essentially the big important item that is in this area. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite little areas in the game in terms of aesthetic. Like, you'll see there's more to it than meets the eye at the moment, because without a certain thing we need for traversing, it doesn't do this area justice. You'll see what I mean. It actually kind of looks pretty cool in the Dark World version as well, because one thing I should mention though is when you lift that cap so that you can access this room, the little elevator that goes up to the save room goes away forever. You can't use it anymore. You won't really need it after you beat this boss and get the item, because that'll allow you to, jump a little higher, quote unquote, spoiler alert. But it also means that if you haven't saved before, when you arrived in this area, or before you got that final lock, it basically means that if you die, you have no way to save, and if you do die, then who knows where you'll restart. Okay, we want to go right over there. Yes. I suddenly turn into the Star Fox Adventure shopkeeper. This thing that looks like a face is the gravity boost. And I know it's probably self-explanatory, but if any of you have played the first Metroid Prime game or any of the 2D games, and you know that the gravity suit, the purple one, usually allowed Samus to jump, to basically move freely through water. She could jump at the height that she normally could. And in Metroid Prime 1, it also cleared up your visor, just like it does in this game. Now, as you can see, that this area looks pretty nice aesthetically, but getting the gravity boost, it also allows you to strafe underwater and makes you a little more nimble as well, so it's helpful for fighting enemies. The unfortunate reality is that grabbing the gravity boost has released this thing, this boss that gave me so much trouble on hyper mode. This is the Alpha Blog. And as any boss in this game, it has a scan entry. The Alpha Blog is the largest and strongest of its pack. It can fire potent sonic stun blasts in battle. The blast will disrupt your visor and weapon control systems if they hit you. Its 3 titanic maws are potent weapons. Target the creature's mouth areas to inflict damage upon it. Basically what we gotta do is, it's like any other blog in the game. Oh god. Yeah, so it'll fire little blasts at you and then eventually it'll charge. Super missiles are your best friend. That is the fastest way to damage this thing, bar none. The thing is that like the regular blogs, it will charge at you if you shoot it with a missile, no matter what. This thing, that's like more so than the Boost Guardian or some of the other Guardians we'll be meeting later. This was like the boss that always pissed me off the first few times I played this game. Because it's like impossible to dodge him. I'm trying my hardest, but no, and I only came into this with 3 energy tanks too, so that also it's kind of a shit sucker. Still, there are ways to damage it that are effective. I really wish it would, like even with the gravity boost, it's kind of hard to strafe out of the way. Oh boy, I'm trying to focus, as I do not want to die in this guy. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh no! Oh fuck! I'm gonna die. No! Come on! No! That is why you save the game, folks. That is why you save the game. Fuck! So my instincts were right. The LP curse was gonna fuck me over, wasn't it? Alright, let's go. I think we're gonna have to continue this later because well, I'm running out of time to record. So next time on Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, we will be opening up with me defeating the Alpha Blog for sure, I promise, and you know, wrapping up the submerged temple and then just sort of moving on probably to some more Dark Torvus stuff. So I'll see you guys then.